Hi, everyone. Welcome to special presentation with Mike and Ethan. Or
Alf will not be seen today, and I came here specifically for Alf, damn it.
no, if you're the kind of person, we have famous people have joined us, people who are well known in the fields of writing and comic making. We've had some famous authors. We've had some famous authors hosting our show, but this is our first time having somebody who's Tumblr famous. If you've spent any time on ifunny.com, I'll bet you've seen a ton of little clips of text with the name Fattyatomicmutant on them. Well, guess what? Fattyatomicmutant is right here. Say hi.
Oh, hi.
Fatty has been
What do I do?
one of our.
Sorry.
Oh, gee.
You okay? I can't really fly over to give you a Heimlich.
Well, that ruined everything.
Sorry.
No, I just inhaled something there. I was trying to do the intro, and oh boy. Anyway, we're not stopping.
We'll do it live.
Where were we? What are we doing?
Oh, that's right. It live.
Yes. So yes, if you've listened to our Halloween episodes, you've heard Fatty join us multiple times. Today has been a long time coming. We actually planned on doing this one a couple of years ago, and that was when we ended up doing the one where I was trying to stump Mike with comics because we had planned to have Fatty and she couldn't make it, but she's here today.
I'm here. I'm queer, and insert third word.
We don't want any more bears.
Good enough.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
What? Well, how queer can you be if you don't want any more bears?
Bears built this damn thing, damn it.
So today we are looking at a beloved children's show from the early 90s, which a lot of people might not realize was in fact a spin-off of a comic strip. Except it's not really a comic strip, almost more like a sort of a column that happened to be in the Sunday comics. It's Beakman.
It's kind of like the highlights thing or Gallant and Goofus or whatever. Just a little science column, or was the science edutainment thing like just something new?
Yeah, well,
the mini page.
Yeah, the comic itself is in fact called You Can with Beakman and Jax. Now
that doesn't rhyme.
No. Well, it used to when it was You Can with Beakman, but then Jax was added later.
Who's Jax?
Now, okay. Beakman and Jax are a brother-sister science duo. You may notice that if you're only familiar with the cartoon, the
TV show,
yes, that Jax never appeared. Apparently,
it's like a rotating cast of Jersey Girls.
Yes. This was apparently a big disappointment for Jock Church, the creator of You Can with Beakman. I don't know why he had Jax in there. The whole point, the joke there is that their last name is Place, so it's Beakman Place and Jax Place.
I don't get what's the joke? Wait, what's the joke?
It's a personal thing.
Beakman Place is a known address. I think it's in New York City.
Oh, Is Jack's Place a known address too?
No, Jax herself premiered in 1991, and there was a TV show at the time called Jack's Place. And now the name only lives on in the name of this character. I guess
that's even more obscure.
I thought he really bet the farm on Jack's Place becoming a timeless reference. But it lasted one year and 1 month.
That seems to follow this show a lot.
Meanwhile, You Can with Beakman went on until 2016.
Oh, wait, I wonder if that figured into the Captain Disillusion thing. More on that later, y'all.
Yes. So if you're not familiar with the You Can with Beakman, I'm going to share a few right now and and get some reactions from our friends. Some of
Consider my loins girded.
Yes. Let's see. You Can with Beakman has quite a few is quite broad in its scope. Often Beakman and Jax will answer science questions, but occasionally they will talk about history. So,
okay, makes sense.
Like history related to science, or just straight out history, like the British
kind of
whatever or whatever.
Well, it depends on the question the child asks. One that I was yes, because it is in fact a strip where they answer viewer mail.
Oh, kind of like in the show too.
Yes, yeah, and those letters that they answer on the show are real letters sent to Beakman. So
that's adorable.
Yes. So here is the most popular Beakman strip. Actually, I think it's a remake of the most popular Beakman strip. This is the one where they show you how to make sugar glass.
I can see the character design is definitely carries over, except more colorful hair. I dig the design of the chick. I want to steal that look. Just that weird flower print dress and the red pink Doc Martens and the pink hair and the blue scrunchy blue glasses. I can steal that look. Probably cost me $5.
I have actually seen this before. So I actually have seen Beakman and Jax. I did not know it had any relation to the TV show, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't remember their names. I just remember the images there. I was like, I recognize those two. I've seen that around. So this is how to make sugar glass?
Yeah.
It's like those crystal growing kits almost.
It takes 1 cup of water, 2 cups of sugar, 3/4 of a cup of light corn oil, a grown-up helper, a heavy cooked bottle of a candy thermometer, and you boil the water, add the sugar and syrup, return it to boil, cover for 2 minutes, remove cover and boil with no stirring at all at up to 310 degrees. In candy making, this temperature is called the hard crack stage. You can test for it by dropping a drop of the mixture into a glass of ice-cold water. If it makes long threads that crack, you have reached the hard crack stage. Remove it from the heat immediately and pour it into oiled pie tins, and you will have perfectly clear sugar glass round windows that you can break with your head if you want to look cool.
That does sound pretty neat. I might have to try and make that. If only I could afford a bag of sugar.
Well, you can dream.
I can dream about owning a bag of sugar.
One day. Here's one.
Did Discord die? 1 moment, the damn thing died.
Nope.
Huh. Weird.
Here is another one. This is one of the historical ones I talked about, where the child's question is, Dear Beakman, how did Santa Claus come to be part of Christmas? Now,
Voorhees, New Jersey.
If you're a kid, you might not have realized that, asking about Santa isn't exactly a science question. But, science kind of ties in with just about every other aspect of humanity. So Beakman gives this actually very detailed answer about 4 different takes on Santa from history, including St. Nicholas from 310, a version of Santa Claus written about by Washington Irving in 1820, and then just 2 years later, Clement Seymour wrote A Visit from St. Nicholas, which is where we get almost everything about Santa was codified. And then just a little bit later, in the 1920s, we got those Coca-Cola advertisements that established that Santa wears red. But
and he wasn't an elf anymore by that point.
Yes. So don't believe people when they say that Santa was made up by the Coke company. No, they just co-opted him. He had been a thing for long before.
They cribbed it from 8 other Santas.
Yeah. Though, I mean, at the very least, while many of the aspects of the modern Santa Claus have been codified by the Coca-Cola company, it doesn't seem to have caught on that he drinks Coca-Cola.
No.
People, that never really caught on. People still think of him as drinking milk.
Yes. You always leave Santa cookies and milk, or actually, apparently in England, you leave him cookies and alcohol.
He probably
Burgundy or brandy or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, big mood.
You think that would impair his sleigh driving, having to drink every single glass of brandy? But no, the man clearly has a liver of depleted uranium.
Well, luckily,
reindeer know where to go.
Luckily, there are not many good children in England.
Okay, sorry.
And this is the one that Jock Church said was his favorite. His favorite question that a kid asked, which he even remarks on here, which was, "Dear Beakman, when the snow melts, where does the white go?"
Ah,
And in this he
Another
said,
sugar experiment.
"That question is like a poem. It's a beautiful thought, though the white goes someplace when the snow melts. Thank you for your clarity of thought," he writes.
So where does the yellow snow go?
I think Nanook of the North threw it, but
he does actually kind of answer why snow is white and rain isn't, though. So that's actually kind of that is actually, he does answer the kid's question.
the reason snow looks white, he says, is because snow has millions of tiny flat surfaces that all act like tiny mirrors, bouncing sunlight. If you melt snow into water, you're doing just about the same thing as you did with the sugar in your experiment. By the way, if you put a couple of drops of orange or lemon extract into your experiment, you'll end up making a big pass-around lollipop. I would never want to have a lollipop that was being passed around.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Oh,
jeez, Beakman, what?
Dear Beakman, I tried making that big pass-around lollipop, and now I have the plague.
Sorry, I guess back then nobody had to worry about pandemics. Or maybe he's one of those parents that thinks the greatest way to get kids through the measles early is just to get them all sick.
Dear Beakman, my mom wants to give me a vaccine. Dear Jim, don't let her. She'll give you autism.
No. My man Beakman would never be an anti-vaxxer.
No, he would never. No.
I have no idea what Paul Zaloom's like, but he seems like a decent guy.
Paul Zaloom, I can't speak that much about him, but I know that Jock Church was an openly gay man who actually participated in Stonewall and some other things. So
that's fucking amazing right there.
Yeah,
I
it really is.
That.
Yes.
After Miss Major's passing, I just needed to hear some good news.
Mm-hmm. Jock Church left us in 2016. So
right around
with the time when everything went terrible.
Well, I was also going to say, do you think the Beakman's World episode that Captain Disillusion did? I wonder if he saw it before he passed on. Maybe it was so just made him pass on. Yeah, that's terrible to say, but yeah. Anyway,
let's see what actually. Oh, he died probably while it was being filmed. So
that would make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know how quickly that he churned that together. I don't know the Captain Disillusion guy's real name, but I do know he must have spent all of the year before putting it together, which would explain how the script was kind of rushed around that one point.
Yeah.
More on that again later, y'all. I'll bring it up later.
But anyway, yes. So the comic strip is essentially a opportunity for kids to write in with their science and other such questions, and then Jock Church answers them in the guise of Beakman and or Jax. But the TV show took it in a little bit of a different direction. The interesting thing I think about the Beakman comic strip is that it was the first paperless comic strip. It was made entirely on a Mac 2 to start with.
Oh, that's amazing right there.
That scans, because looking at these comics that you posted, all I could think of was this really looks like clip art.
Yeah. It's kind of like dinosaur comics. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might notice that
they have the same intro and everything.
Beakman and Jax always use the exact same faces, and they never change expressions.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very drag and drop comic strip, and it also has, but it's got a sort of dynamism that kind of reminds me of Wired magazine in the 90s.
Oh yeah, or Again, I keep thinking of what's that thing in the Sunday paper where it's like a kids section where they had little things like it wasn't highlights, it was something else, but they had a
Or
bunch
is
of
it Shylock
little things
Fox?
like this. Yes, stuff like that. Yes,
Yeah,
Slylock. Yeah.
I believe UCAN with Beakman and Slylock Fox were paired together in their own corner in my
Oh
Sunday
my.
comics. So, but anyway, presumably inspired by the high tech nature of this comic strip, the TV show adaptation is extremely fast paced and extremely modern and way funnier than the comic.
Like, not to go on a tear here, but like when it came to the three edutainment guys, whenever the teacher rolled in the cart with the largest 30-inch TV that a school plagued by football teams stealing everything could buy, you had Mr. Wizard, who was arguably the science teacher's edutainment guy.
Yeah.
You know, he was just one of them. You had Bill Nye, who played it up just a little bit, but never went crazier than simply saying things were cool and wearing a bow tie. But Beakman was the freaks science guy. He was the nerd science guy. He had the snot green lab coat. He had the beehive hairdo. He had this big bear of a guy dressed up in a rat costume, and just the best shit. Just the absolute best shit. Nobody else could compare, even if he wasn't like an actual scientist or a teacher. He was literally he was an entertainment guy first and everything else second.
He brought with him a lot of real enthusiasm for the job, and I think that shows. And the thing about the show, Beakman's World, is that this is what you get when you hire a bunch of puppeteers, but then have them appear on camera. Paul Zaloom and the rest of the cast were in fact puppeteers in their day jobs, and they ended up being on camera for most of this. In fact, the actor who portrayed Lester, the puppet character, the rat Lester, was supposed to be a puppet up until a last minute decision to make him the actor in a embarrassing costume instead.
Do they know what decision that was? Like, did they just think it tested better or cheaper to do, or
maybe? Which is not to say there's no puppets. The show begins with a couple of penguins named Dawn and Herb who react to the show much like, say, Waldorf and Statler. Yes, yeah. And of course, speaking of which, Dawn and Herbert are, of course, the full name of Mr. Wizard, Don Herbert.
It's a good homage.
Yes.
Oh. I did not know that.
Did you ever watch Mr. Wizard as a kid, Mike?
I watched him, not regularly, but I definitely saw him. He's, I mostly remember. To be totally honest, I'm more familiar with the Dinosaurs parody, Mr. Lizard.
Mr. Lizard. Yes, there should be more science shows where the idea is that we are not only going to teach you in science, we're going to endanger your life as we do so.
You just haven't really learned science unless you singed your eyebrows off at least once.
I like how there were apparently an indefinite number of Timmies that just had it hanging around.
We need another Timmy.
Great show.
Oh God, Jim Henson's Dinosaurs. What a great show. But yeah, I used to watch Mr. Wizard's World on Nickelodeon. My favorite thing was when they put marshmallows under a bell jar.
What happened?
What they did was they created a vacuum in the bell jar, and the air trapped inside the marshmallows inflated them to basketball size before they popped and collapsed. Much like what you do with
we could do the same thing to people.
Yeah. Yeah, very specific people.
Just put them in a bell jar.
Yes. Yes, here's your feminist literature. Try the bell jar. Now, but the other thing that's delightful about Mr. Wizard is that he is, although he is warm in some places, he can also be very gruff. So there was a video. Yeah, there's a great supercut of Mr. Wizard just telling kids, "No, you're wrong. Sit down. I got to put your head on that plate."
Definitely the science teacher's guy.
Bill Nye, on the other hand, yeah, he was very not exactly stiff, but a lot of the shows seem to be he was a comedian because I don't know about you, but I also used to watch the show on Comedy Central, the one they used to refer to as That Show from Seattle, Almost Live, and Bill Nye was a regular on that.
Oh, yeah.
Occasionally, he even appeared in character as the science guy, but I had heard of Bill Nye the Science Guy long before then. And what's interesting there is that he actually brought some of the cast of Almost Live with him to be extras on Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so there are a lot of sketches on Bill Nye the Science Guy where you would hear Bill would be talking about something, and then something would be happening in the background, and you'd hear the deep voice narrator going, "Oh, Bill, maybe you want to turn around, Bill." That narrator
they were quirky, but they just weren't crazy freaky like Beakman was.
Yeah, honestly, as a kid, I was like, "Yeah, Bill Nye the boring guy."
Zing.
Yep. We really put my all into that one, but Beakman's World, TV Guide described it quite accurately as having a pace that made MTV look sluggish.
It tended to drag on, especially when they wanted to. I mean, it was basically filler for when the teacher was gone that day and the substitute needed to burn an hour.
Yeah. Are we talking about MTV?
No, I mean the Bill Nye the Science Guy in particular.
Oh,
I
okay,
doubt
yeah.
any teacher would have put on MTV. MTV is when you want to burn away the day.
Yeah, I definitely had one teacher who got mad when they were trying to show us some educational video, and somebody had swapped it out for Snoop Dogg's "Murder Was the Case." So we didn't end up watching much of "Murder Was the Case." They figured it out.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So, okay, so your Beakman show starts out with Beakman and as Fatty has said, a rotating cast of girls who dress like roosters. Yeah.
I think Josie was the first one, actually, played by Alana. Let me double check that. Had like everything put up. And you can double check it too if you need to on your end. I already have the cast list up though. I thought I had the cast list up. My bad. It was let's see. Shit. Sorry about that. I didn't have it up like I thought I did.
It's okay. Hey, do you want to give the background now so we can pause?
Definitely don't include that bit of audio in the show, but yeah, just give it a quick pause.
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
You can wait. Yep.
Just stop recording. Shit.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about stopping recording. We'll just cut it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we totally will. Yeah. We definitely won't leave this big open space. We better yell some slurs so we remember not to do this big open space. Saracens.
Ooh, deep cut there. How about them? How about them Lombards? Lombards. I'm trying to think of what old timey ones.
Ruritanians.
How about some Transnistrians?
Are there any Cisnistrians?
Well, have you ever heard of Transnistria? It's kind of
no.
Interesting.
Tell me about Transnistria.
It's a
You're Beakman. What can you tell me about Transnistria?
It's a country that doesn't exist. It's like part of it's some weird autonomous zone of like I think Serbia or something, of some weird like some Eastern European country. But like so they claim that they're an independent country, but they're not. So it's this very weird situation they have. But apparently the number one.
I am so sorry about that.
Oh,
Okay.
hey, welcome back. It's okay.
We were just talking about Transnistrians.
Where is Transnistria? It is. Sorry, actually, it's officially known as the Pridnostrovian Moldovan Republic, and
I have no idea what this is. It's all Greek to me. Probably
it's
is
a
Greek.
breakaway state internationally recognized as part of Moldova. So it's part of Moldova. I was incorrect when I said Serbia. Anyway, this is irrelevant to anything. We're getting back to the topic at hand, which is Beakman.
Well, so
Here we go. Let's see. Josie was the first one. After that, it was Eliza Schneider on 1993. Alana Ubach was the first one, and arguably the one that I have the most memories of because she was the more outstanding of the character with her heavier Jersey accent. But Lord, looking at her IMDb, and she is still doing work even today. She's done quite a few voice acting roles in video games and cartoons, with the most latest being something from The Last of Us on the TV series, Venom: The Last Dance, Princess Power, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Like, just so much work. It's incredible.
like I said, these people were puppeteers first and on-screen actors second. So I'm not surprised that she moved into voice acting.
Shame though that Beakman has like nothing after Dante's Inferno by comparison. I mean, Paul's Lube, rather.
Yeah.
Like 2005, and he has nothing after that except for the Captain Disillusion thing. Like, I don't know if that was like a personal choice or what. Just
well,
it's kind of depressing.
Not everyone stays an actor forever. He might have moved behind the camera, or he might have, or he might have, become a dentist. I mean,
true. He has done like written for a bunch of stuff.
Oh, speaking of Dennis, one of my favorite jokes from Beakman's World was when Lester asks Beakman, "Hey, who would go for a swim in a pool full of saliva?" And
a dentist.
And Beakman, he waits a beat and says, "Mark Spitz."
That's pretty good, actually.
and yes, Mark Spitz did in fact become a dentist.
See, Bill Nye would never. Bill Nye would never.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Bill Nye was he was too much of a prude,
Yeah.
He was the normal guy's slightly funnier science guy.
You know what he was? A Bill Nye. No shade on Bill Nye, who's fine. He's fine.
Yeah,
He's basically what he is like if like there was Mr. Wizard, right? And and then at some point your parents were like, "You think Mr. Wizard's pretty lame, huh? Well, get a load of this kooky guy, Bill Nye. He's gonna make science fun for you kids." And it's like when you
thinking, he's like he's like a parent's interpretation of what kids think is meant to be zany and funny instead of what arguably Beakman was, which was literally kids like puppets, kids like cartoony sound effects, kids like zazzy colors and prop comedy.
Oh yeah. The set of Beakman's World, it's like if you condensed all the sets from the Super Mario Brothers movie into one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's it's definitely much more like it's the sort of thing that I can imagine that like we're like actually going to appeal to kids now, and parents were like, "Well, this is a little too far." Whoa,
they would. It had 2 seasons before it was canceled, but I can't find any information for why it was canceled beyond probably the ordinary reasons of budget or interest. But it did show up on like Saturday mornings.
It was too cool. That's why they got rid of it.
Just too cool for school. Apparently,
it was. Kids were getting too excited for science, and the man can't have that. That's why the government shut it down.
I don't want kids finding out where the white goes when the snow melts.
Well,
definitely not.
Yeah, no. I mean, here's the thing: is do you think our current government would be like, wait, we don't want kids thinking about white going away. We want we want
white is forever. Damn it.
Yes. Anyway, That's fucking hell. What are you gonna do?
Cry.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So 2 seasons of Beakman's World. How many Jersey Girls did he have though in 2 seasons?
Oh, he just had the three. I mean, this is why I need to keep these damn things up instead of like zap them out. One moment, please. Top cast. Here we go. We had Alana Obach. After that, it was Santa Moses. Phoebe was in '93. Followed quickly. Or was it Schneider by '93? Oh, I guess they kind of rotated the both of them. You had Eliza Schneider playing Lisa or Liza. And let's see. Well, she's also done her fair share of. Apparently, everybody else put their efforts into voice work for video games and whatnot. Then you had, let's see, after Lisa, it was Santa Moses who played Phoebe. And let's see here. Less emphasis on voice roles and more on. If I were to make a guess, these look like either rom-coms or foreign films. Like Faking It, Bella and the Bulldogs, Badge of a Quitter. Most recent one was Welcome to Aloha, a TV miniseries, and that was last year. Oh, she played in Girl Meets World. Alternacory.
Okay, Alternacory, interesting.
Is it like Distaff Corey, what's his name? From another universe? Or
I assume they got like a femcory from like the gender swap universe or something.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
I like her
why
outfit
not?
in the show. She's got this sort of hat that's like, oh, okay, it looks like a plaid version of the lesbian flag colors, but incorporated into a beanie cap. So the show knew what it was doing, I feel.
One thing I think is funny is that if you look at the episode guide, every episode has Beakmania in the title. So
I think that was like a segment where they would try to rapid fire various trivia questions at the end of the show and cram in as much learning as you could, but in a fun, sporadic manner.
Rain, Beakmania, and volcanoes. Noises at night, Beakmania, and the nose. Microscopes, Beakmania, and healing. Earwax, Beakmania, and rocket engines. Of course, Beakmania was not my favorite segment. My favorite segment was one with the delightful title, Those Disgusting Animals.
No.
Oh.
Which was, in fact, listing, some of the grossest facts about animals that they could come up with.
See,
I was a
the
big
kid.
fan.
That's the stuff kids get into.
That is
like
absolute
the
kid
gross
catnip.
stuff.
Yeah. Oh, actually,
Garbage
here's
Pail
another.
Kids and shit.
Here's another strip, which is really delightful because the question is, where does vomit come from?
Oh, goody! I've always wanted to know.
And
I thought it came from God. Let's see.
And his response, Beakman's response is, that's a subject lots of people are really interested in. Vomit and other colorful bodily functions pull in tons of mail to my TV show. Perhaps we can answer this rather delicate question here in the funnies.
Well, what's the answer? What is they?
Okay, here is a vomit play-by-play. 1. You grind up food in your mouth. You also add saliva, which starts digestion and helps turn your food into a mushy paste you swallow. The muscles in the tube to your stomach work like a toothpaste tube. They squeeze the food paste down into your stomach. Your stomach adds acid to turn the food paste to break it down into a disgusting mess. The vomit center in your brain gets too many signals. You have the flu or car sick. Maybe the food is bad and your body wants to get rid of it. The sphincter is like a door. It slams closed. Your stomach squeezes in a kind of convulsion, a major twitch. 7. The only place for the food paste to go is back up the tube to your mouth. 8. By now, you feel awful. If there's time, you find a toilet nearby. That's why vomiting is sometimes called talking on the big white phone.
Oh, yeah, I have heard it called that, yes.
Expression.
I haven't heard it before, but I have heard calling Ralph on the porcelain phone.
I've heard that, yep. Selling Buicks.
Yep.
I wonder why they call it Ralph. Is that like the automatopoeia when you make a vomit noise? Or
yeah, I think, yeah,
like
that's
Ralph.
the idea. So I do like the fact that like this explain that there apparently, according to this, there's a part of your brain called the vomit center.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I put most of my stuff anyway. It's why I
Yeah,
have a vomit reflex when I think of algebra.
come on, everybody. We're going to have a dance off to save the vomit center.
They want to get rid of the vomit center and build a boring golf course for rich people.
They paved paradise and put up a puking lot. All right, that was terrible.
When we get sick, sometimes the wave reverses itself and brings up chewed food. No one likes it.
Now
when
there's
that
a
happens.
wave.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. The experiment is, fortunately for experimenters, there's always a football game on somewhere. Pay attention to the audience in the stadium. Sometimes you'll see everyone stand up and sit back down, so it looks like a huge wave is rolling through the stadium. You can give a report to your class on throwing up and have the class do the wave. It's a big part of hurling chunks. The football stadium wave is a lot like a wave. Is a lot like the wave the muscles in your esophagus make. Your esophagus is a muscular tube from your mouth to your stomach. The muscles ripple down toward your stomach, behaving a lot like the stadium wave. This takes chewed food to your stomach. It's called a systolic wave. When we get sick, sometimes the wave reverses and brings up chewed food. No one likes it when that happens.
Yeah.
Story about that. We actually did that in science class in like the 3rd grade. But whenever we did the wave, they would keep the teacher would give like a bunch of like Nerf balls or foam balls to like the kids in the left, so that they would pass them down while they did the wave to the kids at the other end. It never almost always made it. They would always just throw them at the teacher after. Just asking for trouble.
Yeah.
But I definitely remember them talking about vomit on the show, though. Although I didn't watch it recently, but I definitely remember Beakman and Lester going bada bing, bada boom, bada barf.
Oh, that was a fun time. Didn't they have some sort of moratorium on like certain things in the 90s more so than they did today for kids shows like vomiting, guns,
I don't know
certain
about
words? You can't say die, you can't say death.
well, I don't know about dying and death. Although I grew up with all kinds of shows where they would say we're going to destroy you and things like that.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I mean, there were because you'll notice that like farts were verboten until the Lion King broke the fart ceiling, and then
The brown ceiling.
the brown ceiling, and even like if you watch stuff like Beetlejuice, the old cartoon show, which was entirely like gross humor, they never were allowed to show Beetlejuice actually eating a bug. They always cut away. So
they would do it off panel, and then they had the characters' reactions.
Yes. So apparently,
once
like
they
they were
accidentally
afraid.
showed it. But
Oh, did they? Which
I don't think they got in
know.
trouble for it. But.
Fucking Nickelodeon.
And there was at least one
The guy
where
that ran it liked feet anyway.
there was at least one episode where Beetlejuice tosses the beetle in his mouth. We cut to Lydia reacting, and then Beetlejuice sticks his head in from the side, like, "Hey, what? Why'd you cut away? Wait, I'll do it again." And it cuts away again.
Lamp shading. You'll love it when they like play with the fourth wall like that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Of course,
why you cut
Beakman
away
had
like
no
that?
fourth wall. They were always talking to the camera. And
Yeah.
and it's important to note that Lester is not supposed to be a rat. He is supposed to be a humiliated stagehand in a rat suit.
Oh, but he sometimes played the rat angle up, including the whole and I love this part of the character. Like, he's clearly some kind of like ruffian rat because he's got the wedge of cheese rolled up in his sleeve like a pack of smokes. Just the best visual thing.
But every opportunity they got to have, acting, then Lester would really want to show off his chops, because the implication was that he was a frustrated actor who had taken this embarrassing role as a lab rat.
Jesus Christ, though. I mean, that's like, given the IMDb, that's kind of like, poor guys.
But at the same time, he was a puppeteer too. He and Paul Zaloom had worked together before this show.
Oh, yeah. That's also in their thing there. Storytime was a TV series. Kino Puppet. The Real Adventures of Sherlock Jones and Proctor Watson. That's about it. I can't seem to find anything else apart from there was a couple of things that Lester had. that Mark Ritz had actually directed himself. One of them was North Mission Road in 2007, and he did a TV short for Barney's First Adventures in 1998. So they both have storied careers in children's television.
Oh, it should be noted that Mark Ritz, aka Lester, was also performed at least one of the Penguins. So
yeah. He was the voice of Herb, or the other one, Don.
Oh no, he wasn't. He wasn't the voice. He was just the puppeteer.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So,
Bert Burtis was the voice of Don. Alan Barsman was Herb. Can't find any photos.
Many times on the show, Beakman would appear in the guise of some other character. I remember at least twice that he appeared as Roy G. Biv, and I think that was the first place a lot of people heard that phrase.
I remember he in the first episode, the volcano one. They actually do an experiment on gravity, and he plays as Leonardo da Vinci, complete with thick, "Hey, I'm walking here," New York Italian accent, and it was the best shit ever.
Oh, that does sound very familiar.
That reminds me of Bill Corbett as Leonardo da Vinci, the extremely thugged up Da Vinci.
I love that one. You don't ask Da Vinci what he does for a living. You trying to get me killed here, bud?
You better come over there and show you what I do.
Love. Oh, they actually mentioned the show a couple of times on Mystery Science Theater. In particular, they mention it by name on the Batwoman.
Yeah, Wild World of Batwoman. Yeah, there's a brief shot of a desk with bubbling chemicals, and Tom Servo offhandedly remarks, "Huh, Beakman's World."
Oh yeah,
that's how you know you made it, is when your show is like mentioned offhand on Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah, for real. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like, screw your Emmy. Where's your Weird Al parody?
Yeah, honestly. Hey, Bill, Mike, Kevin, mention this show. We will give you praise.
Now, probably to nobody's surprise, the theme song for the opening credits was composed by Mark Mothersbaugh.
Oh yes, the Devo Man.
Yeah, the wacky Zydeco music.
I'm sorry, Tumor Man? This is please explain?
Tumor Man? What? I'm sorry.
I said Tumor Man. I literally thought I heard someone say Tumor Man.
The Devo Man. Mark Mothersbaugh, the lead singer for Devo and head songwriter.
Yeah, from Devo.
Oh, okay, never mind. God, what did I say? Sorry.
The Tumor Man. You just got tumors on your mind, not on your brain, thankfully. Let's hope.
I'm not in. But yeah, I see what you're getting at. Also known as El Mundo de Beakman, as they say down in the equator.
Yeah, there was a time online where if you wanted to find Beakman episodes, they would all be in Spanish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like the name Beakman Place is even more lost on them.
Let's see here. I'm trying to find the music section, but IMDb's like stereo instructions. But I'll let you take the realm on that one, since that's not so familiar to me. But it's good that guy made music, and music was good.
Mark Mothersbaugh was also did a bunch of the music on Pee-wee's Playhouse. And
okay, that definitely tracks, considering the opening theme. Beakman.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the opening of the Beakman's World song has a chorus which I think includes the woman who sang "Everybody Dance Now."
Oh fuck yeah! That's how you know you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She was one of the Weather Girls.
Really?
Oh. Yep. Oh. So Beakman is one of the men that got rained. Now we know his origin.
He reigned from, or
yeah, the king who reigned. Oh yes, and also another Pee-wee connection is that both of the sets were created by both the sets for this show and for Pee-wee's Playhouse were created by Wayne White.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes, who also, unsurprisingly, did the production design for the Weird Al show, which was basically an attempt to do Pee-wee's Playhouse over again, but ended up
with
being
accordions and stuff.
yeah, ended up being a lot worse, and even Weird Al
I was
admitted it.
about to say, what made it worse? Like, you'd think something with Big Al running the show would be kind of cool.
Well, because he wasn't really running the show, CBS took the reins
they
so
fuck up
hard.
everything they touch.
Yeah,
Weren't they
and
the ones that did Super Train?
Super Train? I don't know. I didn't see it.
It was like the Love Boat, but on a train that was like 2 cars wide on a modified track that would go from one end of the country to the other. And it was literally blow for blow. It was like Love Boat, but on a train, and it was such a flop, and it was the most expensive flop in history.
Jeez. Okay.
I love the idea of a double-decker train side by side. That would be,
I can't
you
remember
would have to
side
make
by
the,
side or like a. It was.
you would have
it
to
was
have the
definitely a
most
modified
gentle
train.
curves on your track.
Well, that's just it, though. Like, you're doing it in much the same way that you're doing a cruise, so you're not going to be going at like super intense speeds. You're just there to be doing cruise shit, but on a train, which doesn't make fucking sense.
Yeah,
But at the same time, I'd do it. I mean, I'd do it if it was cheap, but I would still do it compared to going in a boat.
I mean, I guess I don't know. It just sounds like the kind of thing where you would have like, you'd go from point A to point B and then point B to point A, and the whole point of being being the high class hobo who just rides the rails everywhere is that you can go and get off anywhere you want.
Yeah.
See, that would be a good idea for a show, like a hobo that like goes through the whole. He knows how to roll socially, so he pops up on the. I wonder if that might have even been an episode where he just pops up on the train and he's like the toast of the town, even though he has like virtually nothing but the cashmere sweater on his back or something. He just handles himself well and nobody hassles him.
Where were we with Beakman? I mean, there's not a lot to. I mean, there's not a lot to talk about regarding the, if we just went through the plot of an actual Beakman episode, it would just be like, and here they answered this question, and they answered this question.
I mean, that's every science show, though. There's no real plot. It's just something to teach the kids about stuff while entertaining them and filling their eyeballs with colors and shapes.
Well,
the Captain Dissolution one, at least, was like a lesson on scamming. Mind if I go into that one right quick?
Yes,
I'm probably the only
do.
one that watched it. So, Captain Dissolution, for those not familiar with the whole YouTuber scene, I forget much of his name and stuff like that, but he's basically a guy who his whole shtick was he would go through all these viral videos. Now, before AI slop, there were occasionally companies that wanted to sell something, and the best way to do that was to make the newest viral video that would ultimately get people doubling back to what they were trying to sell. And his whole shtick was taking each one apart and being like, you can tell this is a fake video. These pachinko things are not going in the right area like they should be, or this is not a flying saucer, or this hallway is not infinite, stuff like that. He was like the Harry Houdini in terms of online videos. His whole motif was he had like a painted up face, half metallic. The guy was a wizard with Blender, so he did it well. And then in 2016, he had Paul Zalub on the show, and they made an homage to Beakman's world. I mean, they even had like a kind of mock-up story where Beakman is summoned from a 1990s time capsule. And that one was about debunking some guy tried to convince a bunch of car lot owners that they have invented perpetual motion machines, and Beakman's whole scientific shtick was to explain how that's literally impossible. And God forbid someone invents that kind of thing, you're not going to get your hands on it in some seedy, rented out building in the middle of a strip mall. And Captain Dissolution, the guy who wrote the script for him, and he got some flavor text wrong or something regarding the science behind the machines, and the internet, which is quite full of horrible chaos goblins, the worst people around, gave both Paul Zalub and the captain a reaming, like just harassment and everything, even though Paul Zaloop literally did nothing. Nobody did anything wrong. I mean, when you write scripts, you're going to make errors like that. But they made it out that, like, oh, it was some terrible thing. You made Beakman say something stupid or blah, just absolute garbage. The internet's just a mistake, really.
Well, I'm not finding any of those comments on the YouTube video.
He
Was
might
it
have
on like
cleared 'em
Reddit or
out.
something?
I remember about that. The only reason I even heard about that thing is because Captain Dissolution had he went to some kind of college seminar, like, you invite guest speakers at a college, and he was talking about his time with Blender, including that particular episode and the mess with Paul Zaloob. I need to find that particular video and link it to you at some point, but you can tell that the captain had like a lot of baggage around it, and it kind of haunted him out of doing his whole thing. And you'll notice a downtick in videos after that point in time. And also, I guess it's really hard to keep up with. Sorry,
Is this it? Somebody in the comments says there's a small mistake in the video, though. At 7:25,
it was like a lot worse at that point, and then he kind of cleaned everything out.
Okay. Oh, so wait, so he corrected it?
Yeah, he corrected it, and I think he at least cleaned out the nastiest of the comments. I mean, there's only so much you can do with that. I think it was Surviving Feedback live at the Blender Conference 2023. Which kind of makes sense given the tone of it. And I think he's just not doing much anymore because AI slop has rendered any attempts to parse the endless sea of garbage and try to debunk it a worthless endeavor. Like Sisyphus pushing his boulder. There's just too much of it.
One must imagine Sisyphus happy. Or one must ask the AI to render Sisyphus happy for us.
No, please, I beg you. Don't. You're going to waste like 5 gallons of water and poison 28 people for that.
Oh, I hate when you disagree. AI, can you be a version of Fatty that will agree with me?
How dare you! How dare you!
I think the Google friend is better. They never complain.
You can't make an AI version of me. I'm way too horny.
That's true. We still can't. If we gave the AI an actual sex drive, then it wouldn't be an AI anymore. It would just be a real intelligence.
Well, I mean, maybe you haven't seen the latest news that they're going to allow that the AI is going to start sexting with verified adults, according to Sam Altman. So don't worry. If you want the slot machine to write you some shitty porn, all you have to do is send your government ID to Sam Altman. No way this could go wrong.
They really just don't want to pay people money, do they?
It's
pay your artists. You'll get way freakier shit than what Grok can churn out.
Yeah. I mean, I want the AI to hail me out of nowhere and try to get me to talk about poking Kirby in the stomach.
Oh God! Oh my God! Oh, the deep lore.
Is it like? It makes you wonder if you poke him in the stomach. Is it like some eldritch terrible thing, or is it literally just dough ball?
Yeah, it's. I'm sure it's just dough ball, unless you're poking him from the inside.
Yeah, it's been such a long time.
I can't say that without saying something snarky.
Yeah, well, that was a deep cut, though. That's from the before times. Oh boy, yeah.
Before the puppets.
That's a long.
Before the puppets.
They haven't heard in a long time.
But there's just not much after that point.
Is the AI? Here's a question though: can the AI write me a story about Roy Orbison being, getting wrapped in cling wrap? Can the AI write me a story about a hot blonde woman buying all the Wonder Bread while destroying the rainforest? Can the AI? You gotta
believe that Wonder Bread guy's probably used it by now and has half a dozen Korsami chopping down trees things or whatever.
Yeah, because it is in fact destroying the rainforest in real life. It's super hot for him.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe that AI could ever replicate that one guy on the Vor circles who has like garbage bag TF Vor. Like you literally cannot ask a computer to make that shit up.
Okay,
All right,
wait. Who is transforming into the garbage bag? And are they the
It's
one
a
getting
random
eaten?
character, usually a fan character or like a character from TV, but the person is transformed into a garbage bag, usually with like their flustered face as part of the plastic, and then the other person like just swallows them whole. It's I can't even begin to imagine the psychology that puts that together. Anyway, the point is, if they ever do that for like edutainment, we're fucked.
So, do you think that this person would be interested in this guy right here?
Oh, you're gonna
In
show me something, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Here comes the thing I'm going to show you.
Is
I've
it
been
Oscar the
playing a game.
Grouch?
I've been playing a
Oh,
game
date
called
everybody.
Date Everything. The game
Everything.
in which you get to meet the I don't know what you would call it, the duende of every object in your house, and they're all
Like
hot.
Kami, but not.
Yes.
I don't
And
know,
this
he's
is
got kind of a
Pam. He's your
Timberlake
garbage.
look. If he just cleaned up a bit, I'd probably enjoy taking him out if I weren't already, like, bound at the hip. But no, I think for him it's all about the objectification of it. Plus, I think
Hmm.
he's straight as an arrow and probably an oil baron's kid or something, as the rumor mill goes.
Oh wow. I
Which
love
would
the
explain why he
thinking of it.
keeps buying all this stuff.
I mean, there are suspiciously rich furries, and then there are really suspiciously rich furries.
Listen, I don't think he's
Yeah.
into furry, but he's definitely a vor kingster, and just he gets around for.
I mean, if you're into vor, how do you not get into furries, really?
People who
Yeah.
are very specifically weird about it, probably because they don't like the idea of muzzles or fur, which still doesn't make sense to me. Because if anything's going to be like actively eating everything else, it's going to be an animal person.
Well, I mean, man is an animal, right?
Yeah. Still, wonderful tangent from edutainment in Beakman's world.
Zaloom!
Saloom, use Saloom.
That's delightful. Beakman actually uses his own real name as as an
Expletive or
announcement.
something. Yeah.
What the Zaloom are we doing in here?
Just perfect. Like, is that like his genuine like Christian name, or is it like something he like tacked on like a stage name? Because
No,
if
it
it's
is his
something
real
like
name. I looked
that's gotta be like
him up, and where is he from? What is his he
Antarctica,
describes his ethnicity as half Syrian and half Wasp.
wasp, like
Yes,
bug, or the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
the latter one. Don't worry.
About to say that they're putting that up there is I guess it's a more remarking on his background, which would make sense as how he gets into entertainment. But that's gotta be like the coolest like last name though. Like you can literally just have fun with your last name. I don't know.
It also says he's openly gay. I didn't know that.
Well,
Although I
that
did
would
know it
also
about Doc
explain
Church.
the media thing. Would also would explain his connection to Mark Ritz as well. That's good though. I gotta say I stand the LGBT icon. I stand the gay icon.
And here's a picture of Paul Zaloom performing Mighty Nice.
Mighty nice.
Mighty Nice? I don't know, but it just makes me wish that they would start a sequel to Beacon's World about the mini page, and they could have Paul Zaloom as Mighty Funny.
Oh
I
shit!
can see that. Wait, did you post it yet? I can't see it.
No, I haven't
Oh, there
posted
it
it
is.
yet. Yes,
Uh,
that's Mighty Funny.
That is mighty
it
funny.
kind of makes me think of Ernest P. Worrell or Jim Varney a little bit.
Yeah, I can see it.
Like the face, especially. I like how he retains the visual rights to the Beakman persona, so that he
Yeah.
can entertain like kids on like science stuff. You
Oh
gotta love that
man.
kind of legacy.
If I'll bet doing that is so much more profitable than all the shit you have to go through to be on a TV show.
Oh,
Maybe
absolutely.
that's
Just
why we
show up
haven't
as
seen much.
Beakman.
Beakman lately because
Just put
it's just
on
way
the
better to show up as Beakman at a library or something.
yeah, honestly, I could see that happening. I mean, just put on the big wig, put on the snot green lab coat, and you're set. Throw up a few experiments with expensive bags of sugar, and you got it. You got it.
Seriously, in 1991, my two favorite shows were puppet shows where somebody wore a green lab coat.
Was the other one Mystery Science
green's the
Theater?
best color for a
Yes,
lab
very
coat.
good.
Wait, what was the other one?
Mystery Science Theater.
Oh, of course. What? It's sorry. How did I forget that? It's like, sorry. Grew up on that show myself. Just
Yep.
Dr. Forrester, best.
We all grew up with the Cowtown Puppet Show.
We all grew up with the Cowtown puppet shows.